today. So first, I'll be introducing certain demo activities for the learners. Second, I will also try and tell teachers how ChatGPT can help you in assisting you in your daily work, and then troubleshooting and feedback that is obviously required because we need to find out what the students have produced. As I told you, to what extent, how much percentage of it has been taken from ChatGPT and how much percentage they have written it on their own, how much is original. So therefore, for that, there is also a way to do it, and there's a very easy way to do it. So let us start with the demo activities. But before I do that, I need to tell you all that if you haven't installed the app of Chat GPT, I would request all of you to please kindly download the app of Chat GPT, the free version. Okay, because when you download the free version, obviously you will be using it continuously or at regular intervals. But if you do not download the free version and if you only go for the online version, there is a possibility that you will use it occasionally. As I was using it before I came, I was asked to deliver this talk. I was also using it occasionally. Only at times I used to go to Chat GPT. When I felt the utmost need, I used to go to Chat GPT. But now, after installing downloading the free version, I realized when I started exploring ChatGPT, I realized I could do it in so many other ways and do it very creatively so that the students also benefit and I also benefit in turn. Okay, so I have a few promises to make before I teach you how to download ChatGPT. So first promise is that all the software I'll be using, they are free. They are free of cost. You need not pay anything. So, and the second promise is that all the activities I demonstrate will mostly need only ChatGPT and Office or Word, okay, or PPT version of it. So you don't require any, difficult softwares or any, other applications not required. Complex applications are not required. With simple applications, we can do many things and we can do it very well. Okay, so let us first understand how to, before we go for the demo activities, let us first understand how to install ChatGPT. Is it visible now?
Now it is visible, ma'am.
Okay, okay, fine. So I have logged into ChatGPT. I had logged in earlier. So what you can do is you can just type ChatGPT login in Google, and immediately it will come at the top itself. You just click on that and you can write a username and password, and that is how you get logged into ChatGPT. Okay, as you can see, this is the 3.5 version. So this is a free version. If you want to go for the paid versions, there are many features in paid versions, but it is very expensive for teachers because you have to pay $20 a month for the paid version, and $20 is quite a bit of money. I don't think most teachers will be able to spend that kind of money per month, in order to use the all the features of ChatGPT. So since in India, teachers are not paid well, so therefore, the free version is the best way that we can utilize some of the applications of ChatGPT. Okay, so once you log in to ChatGPT in 3.5 version, so you can see my picture over here. So I can click here, and can you see its custom instructions? Custom instruction you can see here. Click on that. I hope you can see it. Custom instructions. Yes, so can you see its custom instructions?
Yes, ma'am, is it
Yes,
visible?
okay. Huh. So in this custom instruction, Chat GPT wants to know more about you as a user. So they want to find out who you are, what are you doing, okay, are you are you a student or are you a teacher, or are you working, if you're working in your school or in a college, what is your position, what are your hobbies, and what is it that you like to do, and all this stuff. ChatGPT wants personalized information. Why? Because once you customize your the information, the type of user you are, accordingly ChatGPT will generate the answers. Okay, and secondly, you can see here, if you click here, you can see that ChatGPT wants to know about what you would like ChatGPT about you to provide better responses. So in order to provide better responses, that is what ChatGPT would like to know more about you as a person. Then ChatGPT would also like to know more about how would you like ChatGPT to respond? For example, whether you want ChatGPT to respond in a formal way or in a casual way, just like a friend, or whether you want.
ఎందుకు ఏమైనా అవసరమా అని
You may continue. I invite you, please.
Okay, shall I continue?
Yeah, you may continue, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. So whether you want ChatGPT to respond to your formal way or in a casual way, like a friend, or whether you want, ChatGPT to give you short information, to the point information, or you want, descriptive information, all these things you have to write. And so accordingly, ChatGPT will respond. So I would suggest that even before going to ChatGPT and asking them to generate your request, it is better, we fill up this custom instructions, save our custom instructions, and then go to ChatGPT. Okay. So this is what we can do. And now we can type whatever information we require. Okay. So once we do that, let me go back to my slides again. Yeah. Can you see my slides now?
No, ma'am.
No? Okay.
No.
So each time I have to stop share and then I have to show my slide. Okay, doesn't matter. No problem. And now it can be seen?
Yes, ma'am, it is
Ma'am,
visible.
it's visible,
Is
ma'am.
visible. Okay, thank you. So first I will move on to the demo activities for the learners. Here, now summarizing is an activity that we all teachers, whether in school or colleges, we are involved in. So now the main aspect of Chat GPT is that, the kind of prompts we give to Chat GPT, what kind of instruction or what kind of information we write, and we ask Chat GPT to generate, that is very important. So if we write something very vague, Chat GPT can never give us specific information. So we have to be very particular when we write the information. So when we generate the prompts. So for example, if I want a summarization activity, so I can write something like this: generate 5 passages of 100 words. The first passage should be for summarization through Venn diagram, the second through a timeline, the third through a matrix, the fourth through a cyclic diagram, the last through a tree diagram. So when I do this, automatically ChatGPT will generate that information. And so if I just 1 minute, if I just go here, so I need to go to ChatGPT again, so I've stopped sharing. Okay, I'll come back to it. Just a minute. I need to share again. So share screen. I need to go to ChatGPT. Can I not share the entire screen so that each time I don't have to do this?
Ma'am, when you're sharing it, then you can find some option, ma'am. Then you have to choose it the entire screen.
It is coming screen only. Screen
Okay.
and select. Okay. Now it can be seen.
Yeah, this PPT is visible, ma'am.
PPT is visible. Can you see my Chat
Yes, ma'am.
GPT log? Okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay. So if I write over here, generate 5 passages of 100 words, 100 words. First passage. Instead of 5, I will type 2 so that you can just see rather than typing so many times. Venn diagram. Okay, so you can see the Chat GPT has generated these passages. Now what I do is, I know that this passage is for Venn diagram, this passage is for timeline. So I copy this, I select and I copy. Okay, I can just right click and I paste copy, and I then go to Word document, paste it over there, and then I can use it in any way I can use it. For example, this is the way I have used it. You can see here. ChatGPT has generated this. I copied it in the Word document and I separated the passages as passage 1, passage 2, passage 3. So first passage on Venn diagram, second is on your timeline, third is on matrix, the fourth one is a cyclic diagram, and the fifth one through tree diagram. So I've separated this and I pasted it here. Now, once I pasted in the Word document, what I need to do is I can create my activity in my own way. So this is how I have created the activity. So I have included all the passages on one side, but I have not put in the same order as I've copied from ChatGPT. I have jumbled it up, and then I have taken these pictures from online. I've taken these pictures and I have jumbled the pictures also. So what I did with my students was, I asked them to identify which passage is related to Venn diagram or timeline or a matrix and or a a tree diagram. So you have to find out. I want the students to find out and try and match the passage with the diagram. So what skill I'm developing for the students? I am developing the skill of understanding, the skill of thinking, okay, and the skill and the analytical skills also. So I'm developing these skills in the students. At the same time, I can do another thing. Instead of giving them the passages, I can directly give them the diagram itself. But how can I do that in ChatGPT? Because ChatGPT can only generate text. So that is the limitation of ChatGPT. It can generate only text. It cannot generate diagrams. So what I need to do if I want ChatGPT to generate diagram? Okay. So the next thing I did was, if I'm creating a graphic organizer and asking my students to refer to the graphic organizer and write a passage on it, so what can I do is, I can give an instruction to ChatGPT something like this: generate a cyclic loop diagram using mermaid.js to explain the food chain. Okay, now what is mermaid.js? It is a programming language. Okay, now let us go and find out how we can do it. So again, I will minimize this and I will go to ChatGPT, and here I will say generate uh, cyclic diagram JS. Okay. So what has ChatGPT done? ChatGPT has generated the code. Okay, I get the code that can be used in mermaid.js. I get the code from ChatGPT. Okay, so now what I need to do is copy this code. Okay, as I told you, ChatGPT cannot generate, diagrams. ChatGPT can only generate text. So if you want, ChatGPT to come up with a code, ChatGPT will definitely come up with a code. So, but the ChatGPT is also seen to it that it has explained the code, explain the food chain, explain everything. So now what I need to do is, here you can see copy code. So I copy. Okay. Now I go to another tab. Uh, just a minute. This how it can be. I need to hide this. Is there a place to hide this? Yeah, hide. Okay. So I need to go to another tab. Can I bring this down? You know, this bar that is coming on top, that is actually troubling me. I need to go to another tab, but I'm not able to do it because of this bar over here. Uh,
You can open, ma'am.
Actually, yes, now it has
It's
opened.
visible.
Yeah, it's visible. No?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so I was trying it in mermaid.js. Now I got it. So you can now, if I remove all this code and whatever code I copied, I just paste it over here. You can see this. This will be generated. Okay. Now you just need to copy this cyclic diagram, give it to your students, and the students can look at it and then they can write a paragraph on it. That is what they can do. And this is something very interesting because mermaid.js is absolutely free. It is a mermaid.js previewer. It is absolutely free. You can come up with any complicated diagrams that you can think of. Maybe something which is related to their concepts in a particular subject. You can think of any complex diagram, and accordingly, you can use this code. You can ask ChatGPT to generate the code for you because as language teachers, I'm sure we don't know how to generate a code. We are not familiar with it, so therefore we can ask more ChatGPT to generate the code. Come to mermaid.js, copy the code, and run it, and automatically the diagram is visible, and from there we can copy the diagram, paste it in Word document, and then we can use it the way we want to use it in the class. So this is one way of doing it. Now, I have the instructions here, written over here. You can follow these instructions. You don't have to remember mermaid.js. I already have it here for you. So as I told you, first I generated the code from ChatGPT. I copied the code. I went to mermaid.js previewer, which is absolutely free. And then I pasted the code over there, and automatically what happened, I pasted the code over here, and what it generated for me was this diagram. And then I copy this diagram, I take it to the Word document, and I can use it in any way. I can ask my students to look at the diagram, study the diagram, and on the basis of the diagram, they're supposed to write a paragraph. So this way, I'm developing their skills of writing. At the same time, I'm developing the creative skills as well. Now let us go on to another activity. Suppose we want to generate a quiz on Shakespeare. So again, I have to give a very specific prompt to ChatGPT. So I say, I ask ChatGPT to create a table on the plays of Shakespeare. For example, column 1 should be name of the play, column 2 the year, column 3 the most well-known quote from the play, column 4 whether it is a comedy or a tragedy. Now, when I do this, automatically, what does ChatGPT do? See how nicely, ChatGPT has generated this column, this table, and each column, the way I wanted him to generate, the ChatGPT has done the same way. For example, the title of the play, the year when it was published, one of the most popular quotations from the play, and the genre also has been put over here. So now what I do is that I copy this entire information and paste it in Word document. So when I take it to Word document, I put it in this way. Okay. So when I take it to Word document, I can put it in the form of a quiz. That is, for example, for some of the plays, I can, remove the title of the play so that the student, can guess from where, the quote has been taken from which play the quote has been taken from. For some plays, I can remove the genre, so then they can find out, from which genre it belongs to. And for some of the plays, I can remove the year, so they know which year it was published. And for Hamlet, what I have done is I have removed the quote. I have just kept, the first two words of the quote, and the rest of the quote, I have removed it. So it is for the students to complete it. And what I can do is the simplest way I can do is I can ask the students, I give them the answer key and they can check. Otherwise, what I do with my students is rather than giving them the answer key, I tell them use Chat GPT to find the answers. So they also feel very happy that they are allowed to use Chat GPT in the class. So they use Chat GPT to find the answers. They are with the devices. They are extremely comfortable when they are with the devices. So they are using the devices and they are also getting that much time, to discuss with their friends, to talk to their friends. And that is something that we have to create in our class. Because in the class, if it is very formal, the teacher giving us the questions, generating the questions, and the teacher also giving us the answer key to find out, whether our answers are correct, it becomes very formal. So some sort of informal atmosphere should be created. And that can be done when we ask the students themselves to search for the answers using ChatGPT. Okay, so now let us go on to another activity, that is match the following. Here also I give a very specific prompt to ChatGPT. So I asked ChatGPT to create a table on 5 literary devices. Column 1, the devices. Column 2, the definitions of the devices. Column 3, an example of each device. Okay, so what ChatGPT has given me is this. Wonderful. So ChatGPT has given me everything. I need not spend time, doing all these things. Going to Word, creating a table, and then putting all this. Okay, thinking of the next example. I need not do all this. ChatGPT can immediately do. What I can do, I can utilize my time in how to use these activities in the class, how to think of different ways of using the activities in the class so that I can test the skills of the learners. So here what I do, I copy this information in Word document, and this is what I did with my students. So I left the entire table blank. Only I kept the names of the literary devices. Then the definitions and the examples I created, put it in column B and column C respectively, and I jumbled it up and I asked the students to find out, what would be the definition of simile, for example. So they have to look at column B and find out the definition and put it in the appropriate place. This is how I give them a particular time also. So within the time frame, they have to complete the task. So this is how I did it. And the same thing, I can ask them to go to Chat GPT to check the answers. Okay. So this way I can engage the learners in a meaningful way, and I can also make the task very interesting. So now let us go to bingo game. Now bingo game can be created using the many apps that are available online. We have the bingo app also wherein you can create the bingo game. But suppose I felt that using Chat GPT to create a bingo game was much more, easier, and it was much more quicker than going to the different apps available online. So what instruction I gave to Chat GPT was create a bingo game of 15 difficult portmanteau words. Now portmanteau words are words which are combined with two different words. When they're combined together, they are called as portmanteau words. So what ChatGPT gave me was this. They gave me a list of portmanteau words, but at the same time, they also gave me the definitions. I have not put the definitions over here, but the definitions were also there of these particular words. So what I did was I copied this words, and you can copy it in a Word document wherein you can create a matrix, or you can go to the free bingo creator, okay, free bingo card, and then you can just paste it over here. The words you can paste it over here. Once you paste the words, then you can, just read out the definitions, and you can ask the students, to give the correct answer. Whoever gives the correct answer, it is a bingo. So 1 point goes to that particular team. You can divide them into pairs, or you can divide them into groups of 3 and continue with this activity. So it is a wonderful way to enhance the vocabulary. At the same time, it is a wonderful way to engage the learners. So now let us now go to the how ChatGPT can help in assisting the teacher. Now, as a teacher, as I told you, we are involved in multitasking. We have to do so many work at the same time. So, for example, if I want to create instant summaries, I want. I have to listen, for example, I'm listening to a YouTube video. but then it's very long. I want the summary of the YouTube video. So as I told you, you can go to Chat GPT, to summarize your entire web articles or YouTube videos by just typing summarize in 100 words of following article. But what happens sometimes when we write summarize in 100 words of following article? So if I just take the link and ask Chat GPT to summarize, the summary becomes too long, because what is written in the link? History. Okay, the word history is written. So Chat GPT will generate the history. So it is going to be long information that Chat GPT will generate. So it is better if you only take education or National Geographic. We take these two words and we say that summarize in 100 words the following web page. So automatically Chat GPT will summarize only the web page. And from this summary, I can get a proper understanding of what the article is about. So this way I can minimize my the time I'm spending in reading the entire, or finding it very boring to reading the entire article. Now, sometimes as teachers, we also have to read the thesis of the students, okay? Students' thesis, or sometimes a colleague insists that you read a thesis and try and, give us suggestions for the same. So what happens if the thesis is too long? It becomes difficult for us to read, okay? We don't have so much time to invest. So therefore, we just type TL colon dr, now semicolon dr. Now TLDR means too long, didn't read. Okay, so summarize. So I type TLDR, summarize 100 words, and you paste the text over here. Automatically the summary will be created. So because it is too long, I did not read. So therefore I want Chat GPT to summarize the content, and then I paste the text, automatically it will be summarized. Okay, now let us go to generating tests. Okay, so for generating tests also, we need to generate so many tests. Now for in the other tests, for example, a grammar test, a vocabulary test, a test on reading comprehension, that can be done very easily, and we all might be doing that also in a day-to-day teaching period. But then I would like to draw your attention to this listening test that can be created very usefully and very interestingly in ChatGPT. Okay, so if I know most of my students would like to appear for the IELTS exam. So if I ask ChatGPT to create a C2 level listening test on a passage of 500 words, ChatGPT will generate the text in 500 words. And then, of course, I want ChatGPT to provide me the MCQs of the above passage. Now, as you might have seen, that I have not given the instruction to ChatGPT at once. I have gone step by step. So the first step I write, create a C2 level listening test on a passage of 500 words. Once the words passage has been generated by ChatGPT, I then move on to the next prompt that create 4 MCQs on the above passage. After that, I go to the next prompt, create 4 filling the blanks questions on the above passage. Okay, this way, lastly, I say give answers to all the above questions. So I have the answers also with me, so that I can cross check with my students. This is how I continue generating my test. Okay. So now, once the test has been, the passage has been generated, I need to convert it to an audio file. ChatGPT cannot convert it into an audio file. ChatGPT can only generate text. So therefore, I need to convert into an audio file. So what I can do for that is, I can go to the test to speech maker, that is ttsmaker.com. This is free of cost. Okay, text to speech maker, that is what is called. So I can use this, and it is free of cost. So I can go online. So I just show you how you can do it. Just a minute, I'll go to Chat GPT. Yes, I need to go here. Yes, so here are again I type generate a passage of 500 words on AI and its importance on health. Okay. Okay. I need not take the entire passage. What I do is that just for demo purpose, I'm just copying the first two paragraphs. So I copy this, then again okay. So I was trying it out actually. So I will just remove this and I paste what I have copied. So I've copied these two passages. I have already logged in, so you can log in and you can use this TTS Maker text to speech. Okay, so you can choose any language. I have already chosen English, and then you can listen to this voice and accordingly choose it. Suppose I select this. I select this and there is a code over here. So I need to write this code 7632 and then I convert to speech. Okay. So I hope you could hear the sound.
Ma'am, we were not able to hear the sound.
You are not able to hear?
No, ma'am.
Okay, just a minute. Why you are not able to hear? Okay. I need to share sound. Okay, I just play it once again.
Artificial intelligence AI stands
Now you can hear? Now you can hear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So,
transformative force in the realm of healthcare, promising revolutionary advancements in diagnosis, treatment, and patient care. Its importance in health cannot be overstated, as it has the potential to reshape the landscape of medicine, offering more precise, personalized, and efficient solutions to a myriad.
okay, so now what you can do is you can download this voice file and you can save it. And when you want to use it with the students, you can use it in the class. And AI, Chat GPT will obviously generate the questions. As you could see in my presentation, I had given the prompt to generate the questions, different type of questions. And then those questions could be asked to the students, and on the basis of what they heard, they can answer the questions. Or you can take a print out of the questions and you can give it to each student so that each student individually, they can look at the questions, listen to it, and they can also think of the answer. That is how it can be done. So this is a very useful way of using this listening test. Now going back to my presentation. So you have to copy the passage to the converted to be converted into an audio file in text-to-speechmaker.com, which is free. And then you can, this is how the screen looks like. You can select English or any other language, and you can select any voice that you like. I just chose the first one. Write the code, click on convert to speech, and then once it is converted, you can download the voice file and you can save it in your system. and whenever you require, you can use it. Okay. Now let us go to generating presentations. Now for teachers, like for me especially, like preparing your own presentation it takes a lot of time. It's not an easy task to prepare presentations. But at the same time, I would definitely, I'm talking about the background. I'm not talking about the content. The background, especially, I want it to be very attractive, but sometimes, I fall short of ideas when it comes to creating background. Now, in the paid version of Chat GPT, you need not worry about all these factors. You can immediately, go ahead because the background is also given by Chat GPT, and you can select any background because already, lot of information is given to Chat GPT. On the basis of that, Chat GPT selects and gives it to you. But in the free version, a little bit of work, we have to do it on our own. So we can only get the outline from Chat GPT, but we cannot get the background. So the background, we have to decide how to create it, or we can do it on our own, or sometimes, we can refer to other sources in order to create the background. So that is what I'll be telling you today. So suppose I have created an outline of a presentation of Chat GPT and how it can help teachers in 5 slides. I've given this prompt, okay? So I just go to Chat GPT again and I give this prompt. So as you can see, slide 1, introduction, slide 2, slide 3, slide 4, and slide 5. Okay. Chat GPT has given me the outline. Okay. Now I have to put it in the form of a PPT. Okay. So what I do is I copy this, whatever information I've got, I copy this, right click and copy. Each time I need to hide this, doesn't matter. Yes. You can go to Google and type over there Office 365 login. So the moment you go to Office 365 login, you can see this page. You're logged in, you can use your user ID and password and you can log in. It is free. It is free for everyone. So you can log in over there. Once you log in, you copy the text from Chat GPT. Now you can see these dots over here. If you click on these dots, you can see Word, you can see PowerPoint and so on. So you go to Word and Word is displayed over here also. You go to Word document. Yes. Go to Word document. Click on blank document. I hope you can see.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am, visible,
ma'am.
visible.
Yes, okay. So this is a blank Word document. Whatever I have taken from ChatGPT, I'm pasting it here. Okay, as you can see, everything is pasted over here. Now, this is not going to help me, so I have to do something else. So I go to File. In File, I click on Export. Can you see this export? Export, you click, and here you can see PowerPoint, export to PowerPoint presentation. I click Export to PowerPoint presentation. Okay, now they're showing me the themes. I want to see more themes. So I have to decide on a particular theme. I want to see more themes. So I select some more themes. Okay, so if I select this theme, for example, and I click on export. So now they're saying your presentation is ready. So I open my presentation. The moment I open my presentation, So my presentation is ready. Okay. At the same time, I have this designer. I can select the design. Okay, and I can change my design also as per my needs, as per my requirement. What I need to keep in mind is I need to delete this slide 1. I need to delete this. Each time I have to delete that. Okay, and I also need to delete this word title. I delete this. Okay, so that is how I can go ahead with my presentation. A little bit of this is just the outline, so it fits into 3 slides or 4 slides. I've given 3 slides, so 3 slides. But then if you want it to be you want to do a presentation on that, you have to add some more information. But once you get the outline, you get a lot of information. You know how to go ahead with the presentation. At least you get the structure of your presentation, and that is very important. Now you can add your more examples, you can add activities, you can add any sort of information that will enhance the understanding of the audience. This is what you can do. And then you can click on file and you can save it. Okay, and you can also download a copy. You can also download a copy somewhere. When you save it, you can download a copy. I don't want to save it right now, but once you save it, you can download a copy also. Okay, so first thing, you need to save it and then you can download the copy. Once you download the copy, it will be there with you, and whenever you want to use it, you can use it. Otherwise, it will remain here. Once you've logged in with your user ID and password, it will be saved over here. It will be saved in cloud. So you need not worry. You need not even occupy the space in your desktop. Each time you create a PowerPoint presentation, you can always save it in cloud and you can use it whenever you want to use it. Okay, going back to my slides once again. So this is how I generated the presentations. So first I went to Open Office 365 online. Then I went to Open Word. Then I pasted the text from Chat GPT. Then I went to File on the taskbar, selected Export to PowerPoint. Then I went to File, Save As, Download, Copy. So only when I click on Save As, then I can download a copy. Otherwise, it will not be downloaded. Okay. Now let us go on to troubleshooting and feedback. Now, when students submit an assignment or a report, for example, or a proposal, for example, we find that students, sometimes, we can understand the proficiency level of students. Each student's proficiency level is very clearly understood by the teacher. So we know how much the student can write, to what extent he can write, and if he is writing, flawlessly, suddenly a doubt comes to your mind that this particular student, usually makes mistakes. Okay, so how is it possible that when he has to submit a report, he has written flawlessly? So therefore, in order to find out whether the work, because when he asks the student, he will say, no, I have written it on my own. I've done everything on my own. So they are not going to admit that they have taken this information from somewhere, especially from an AI tool. So therefore, for our teachers, we have to be smart enough. So if we have Chat GPT helping us with creating contents, we also have, some other, tool, that will help us to find out to what extent we are borrowing content from, AI tool. Okay, so that is called this. When it is unusually good and near flawless work, so then what we do is we tend to find out how it is possible that the student has generated this kind of work. So we use GPT-0 to check if assignment has been made using Chat GPT. So when we go to GPT-0, there is a place, where we can paste the content. So we take the soft copy from the student and we upload the soft copy here, and then we click, we upload the file and we click. And when we click on it, we can find out if it is from Chat GPT, from the free version, or if it is from the paid version, Chat GPT 4, if it is from Bard, that is another tool, for collecting information. And so automatically, so this person, there's an example has been given. So how many percentage has been taken from AI tool, that is highlighted. Okay, so easily we can find out if the student is, writing is on his own, or he's being original, or he's borrowing from some AI tool. Otherwise, if we do not want to use GPT-0, there is another way of trying to find out what the student is doing. That we can do it, by just taking, one or two difficult words from what he has written and asking the student the meaning of that particular word. If the student is able to answer, that means even if he has used AI tool, at least he has tried to find out, to what extent he has understood, or what extent he has tried to understand the content, and then he has used the information from AI tool. But if the student is unable to answer, that means he has just blindly, copied it. Okay, or sometimes, I can take the content, to Chat GPT, and I can ask Chat GPT to generate, 3 questions, and those 3 questions could be asked to the students, and the students will definitely, if they have understood the content, and if they have really, applied the mind while, taking the information from Chat GPT, definitely they'll be able to answer the question. Otherwise, then they need to go back, because we are not going to accept, merely copying information and pasting it and then giving it to us. So this way, and this GPT-0 is absolutely free. But sometimes, it happens that, in a college computers, we may not be able to access, some of these tools, especially when, in my case, I'm not able to access GPT-0 in my institute. Okay, they have blocked this. Okay, so therefore, I need to find out ways. So therefore, I have to come home each and every time to find out whether my student has copied from ChatGPT, or has generated his own information. So what I do is that from what he has written, I just pick up, 1 or 2 words, difficult words, and I ask a question on that. And that is how I can find out whether he has written it on his own, it's an original piece of work, or it is borrowed and copied from somewhere. Okay, now, as I told you, generate questions using ChatGPT. And the bottom line is that ChatGPT can give you theoretical knowledge, no doubt about it. So suppose you want to go for a driving test. If before going for the test, we can find out all the questions possible that is related to the driving test, and we can get a proper understanding of that, and we can score very well on the driving test. And obviously ChatGPT can help us in that, and we can do very well in a driving test. But when we actually go to you want to drive a car, it is not possible to drive the car just like that, because we need a teacher, we need an instructor who can help us, we can show us how to drive the car. So ChatGPT can give you theoretical knowledge, but ChatGPT cannot give you practical demonstration. So for practical demonstration, we need teachers, and teachers are not going to lose their job. The fact that teachers feel that, they are sinking, they are perishing, that is never going to happen, because for any practical demonstration, we require teachers, we require instructors. For a simple example I've given you, for driving a car also we require instructors. We cannot rely on the machines, because the machines can tell you, you have to drive this way, you have to drive this way, right side, left side, but finally it is a demonstration that is important. The practical knowledge is important. So this is the bottom line. So I would say, therefore, teachers will always be needed. AI can never take over our jobs. However, AI savvy teachers will definitely take over our jobs. So my request to all of you is that please download Chat GPT 3.5 and try to use it once in a while, not once in a while, maybe once in a week at least. Please use it, because when you use it, you become more familiar. And when you start exploring the a particular app, the particular tool, then automatically you learn new ways, you learn your own creative ways to use it, and it will be very interesting. It is very challenging. It becomes challenging for you as a teacher, and it becomes challenging for the students as well. With this, I would like to end my presentation. Thank you.